Nakakasama natin ngayon isang trial lawyer na pumasok sa serbisyo publiko, nagsilbi sa Department of Interior and Local Government at naging commissioner ng Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission bago ma-appoint bilang Deputy Secretary General for Visayas ng PDP Laban. Attorney J.V. Hinlo, maraming salamat sa pagtanggap sa aming imbitasyon.
Mayong hapon, RG. Mayong hapon sa tanan nga Filipinos, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao.
Sino po si Attorney J.V. Hinlo?
I'm the only candidate na galing Visayas ng PDP Laban. Taga Bacolod City, Negros Occidental po ako. Isa akong trial lawyer at bago ako bumalik sa private sector, nung panahon ni dating Presidente Duterte, naging Undersecretary ako for Public Safety ng DILG. I started the 911 program of the government. Under sa akin ng mga panahong yon yung BJMP, Bureau of Fire, Philippine Public Safety College. After my stint, I stayed there for a year and a half. Naging member ako ng Board of Directors of the Land Bank of the Philippines. I stayed there for around 4 years. Doon ko napag-aralan ang ekonomiya ng ating bansa, yung problema at yung mga kailangang solusyon. In my last 5 months in the Duterte administration, I was a commissioner of the Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission. Nakita ko rin gaano kalala ang problema natin sa korupsyon. So, I've been through those 3 offices. I'm prepared sa politika, ekonomiya at anti-corruption.
Sir, but paano ninyo tatawirin yung awareness ninyo para magkaroon kayo talaga ng laban sa halalan?
Alam nyo, nung naging opisyal ako sa administrasyon, hindi ako naging epal. Hindi ako naging sip-sip na tabi ng tabi sa presidente, kay President Duterte. Nagtrabaho ako ng gusto. At yung aking credentials at yung pagkakakilala sa akin ni dating Pangulong Duterte at nung nalaman niya ang mga dinadala kong programa sa ngayon, sabi niya, isama na si Attorney J.V. Hinlo sa Senate slate. Ako po'y ninominate ng PDP Laban Negros Occidental at pinayagan ng partido at ni dating Pangulong Duterte na irepresenta ang Visayas at mga ordinaryong party workers ng PDP Laban at yung mga original campaigners niya since 2014 hanggang siya'y nahalal ng maging Pangulo natin.
Kasama ba kayo dun sa kumumbinsi sa kanya?
Yes, I was part of the second group. The first group were the barangay captains of Davao City, led by Barangay Captain Marma Sanggid. Yung grupo ko, yung tinatawag Marco Polo 15, were the first outsider na nagkumbinsi sa kanya na tumakbo. Kami rin yung PDP Laban officials kami. We formed the group MRRD and ECC. And the rest is history,
Naniniwala po ba talaga kayo na may clear path to victory kayo sa Senado?
I needed to run.
Okay.
And I have to win. Dahil po, I've seen na walang direksyon ang bansa natin sa present set of officials. Lahat, walang national development program.
Pero kiniklaim nila maganda yung ekonomiya ngayon.
I don't see it that way. Look at Facebook in the rallies. Tignan nyo yung administrasyon at Rehimeng Marcos. Tignan nyo yung sa mga like buttons, ang daming laughing emojis. Mas marami pa yung laughing emojis kaysa sa heart or like.
Pero accurate ba talaga yung mga nandun sa social media?
Those are sentiments of the people whose only way to share their frustration is through social media.
Okay.
Kung saan pa sila magrereklamo, social media. That's the way with it. Hindi naman, wala naman kaming trolls dyan. You cannot make trolls out of thousands of people na putting down the administration. It's all there. Punta kayo. Kaya nga tinitake out na nila yung comment section.
Sir, the reason kung bakit ko kayo tinanong at kung bakit ko kayo pinagpakilala sa publiko is ito nga kasing ang administrasyon in the last 3 weeks of the campaign or 2 weeks of the campaign, lalo na si Pangulong Marcos, talagang sunod-sunod ng kanyang mga patutsada sa inyong slate. Merong sinabi siyang pinabili ng suka. Kanina lang binabasa ko yung isa niyang speech. Parang sinasabi niya na yung kanyang mga kandidato walang bahid ng madugong patayan, walang bahid ng sugal, walang bahid ng pagbibenta sa China. Meron din siyang sinasabi na wag na daw bumalik sa panahon ng dilim at panahon ng lagim. Do you feel alluded to at anong sagot niyo dyan?
Tignan nyo yung statement ni Presidente Bongbong. He never mentioned na walang bahid ng korupsyon. He mentioned all the bahids, but he never claimed na walang bahid ng korupsyon yung mga kandidato niya. Isn't that very clear?
Okay.
He cannot even speak about it. Na yung mga kandidato niya walang bahid sa korupsyon. Mahirap po magsalita ng sa tingin mo hindi totoo. Yung sa tanong mo kung if I feel alluded to na pinabili lang ng suka. Yung first na presidente ng kanyang partido, si J.V. Hinlo po yun.
Okay.
Attorney Hinlo. So, ibig sabihin yung kanyang partido pinabili lang ng suka. Yung pangalawa, I have been to those three important offices of government. Politika, DILG Undersecretary. Yung nagsimula ng 911 program, sino? Attorney Hinlo. Sino yung nagpataas ng meal allowance at humingi ng increase sa Kongreso para sa mga preso natin? When I found out na 50 pesos per day lang yung allowance nila, sabi ko, inhumane. So, I appealed for its increase. It was granted by Congress. Parang ginawa yata 70 ngayon. Now, I have done so many things. I fought from the inside. I'm known as a reformist within the Duterte administration. It is that he needed somebody like me. Derecho. Hindi yumaman.
Okay. Paano nyo naman, sir, ipagtatanggol or dedepensahan yung mga naging biro? Biro daw, yung mga naging pahayag ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte tungkol naman dun sa pagpatay umano, pagbobomba sa mga kandidato ng kabila.
I was there in the proclamation.
Okay.
No? I was at the back. I was telling President Robin Hood Padilla, presidente ng partido, hindi sa 2028 na pambato namin. Not yet. No? I was telling him, nako, mahe-headline na naman tayo nito dahil sa sense of humor ni dating Presidente Duterte. And it happened to create situations para makalimutan yung mga totoong kailangan mapansin ng sambayanan, yung issue ng korupsyon.
Yeah, but how can they create that joke of the president? It was the president who made the joke.
It was just a joke. Yung kami, we know him. Is he capable of doing that? He's no longer president.
Okay.
Use logic. He's a frail old man. He does not have control of the military and the police. While it's the administration that has control over the military and the police. Duterte, tignan nyo maglakad. Naawa kami. I think, he's still with us because he wanted to help his candidates. He wanted to tell the Filipino people, these are my senators, help them. We don't know until when nandito si dating Presidente Duterte sa atin. He's very frail, but his mind is sharp. His emotions to save the Philippines is still there. He needs to develop new leaders. Hindi ba kayo nagsasawa, paulit-ulit na lang mga senador natin? Yung mga luma, pabalik-balik, yung mga dati, what have they done to the country? Have they solved the problem of the economy? We're still importing rice up to now.
Okay.
Magising na po ang Pilipinas.
Okay. Kung kayo mauupong senador, paano makakaasa ng impartiality at neutrality sa inyo ang publiko bilang senator judge gayong inendorso niya kayo?
This is a political process, yung impeachment. Okay. Ibalik ko rin yung tanong sa inyo. No? Si President Marcos at yung anak niya nagsabi na hindi nila kaibigan si VP Sara, kalaban nila. Nagsalita against them. How can we expect also impartiality to the senators allied with PBBM? At yung anak niya nagprangka within their family. Yung sa interview, na they take seriously the threat of the Vice President. So ibabalik ko rin sa inyo. Can the VP expect impartiality from the administration-led senators if they win? Pero hindi ho hahayaan ng PDP Laban at ng Team Duterte that we will just give up our Senate seats. No? We will have to fight them kahit wala kaming ganun kalaking resources. Those in support of the Vice President will have to play the perfect game for this May 2025 election. Lahat po ng 9 senator candidates ng PDP, they all have to win.
Ano ang una mong ihahaing panukalang batas?
Yung anti-corruption program natin for the amendment of the Data Privacy Act and Bank Secrecy Law to give the Ombudsman the authority to look into the bank accounts of public officials, to look into the assets of public officials. Kasi kung wala ka namang tinatago, dapat po maimbestigahan ng Ombudsman. Yung sa ngayon, kahit Ombudsman yan, sasagutin ka ng bangko, we cannot divulge information because of bank secrecy law. LTO will answer you, the Register of Deed will answer you. Sagutin yung Ombudsman, we cannot divulge information because of data privacy law.
Ano mapapahusay ang kalidad ng edukasyon sa Pilipinas? Naging Education Secretary si VP Sara.
I am pushing for the program for educational reform by introducing the subject Philippine Patriotism and Ethics Studies from grade 1 hanggang college. Para po yung values natin as Filipinos will be directed for love of country and love of our fellow Filipinos. Sa ngayon kasi yung kabataan natin, tinanggal na yung GMRC. Dati nung tayo may good manner and right conduct, ngayon bigla ako na tinanggal. Yung training ng kabataan natin ngayon, pera. Dapat maging mayaman ka at all costs.
Okay.
Even at stepping against fellow Filipinos, no? So, mali yun. Even if we excel in academics, kung yung values natin corrupt, magiging corrupt po ang Pilipino.
Okay. Pabor ka ba na gawing legal ang divorce sa Pilipinas?
Magagalit asawa ko. Mahal ko asawa ko. So, as of now, no, I'm open to studying it further, no, because I know there are failed marriages.
Kung happy naman kayo, hindi naman para sa inyo ang divorce, di ba?
That's correct. But, you know, ano yung sasagutin ng asawa ko pag uwi ko? Sasabihin, pabor ako sa divorce, no? Yan yung reality. But I am open to study it further. Let's just say I'm leaning at 51% against, 49% for. Convince me. Let's make annulment easier. Less formal. Masyado kasing restrictive yung batas na annulment eh. It can still actually be a divorce, but we call it annulment. But wag lang po, kasi when you say divorce, the marriage is recognized, then hiniwalay natin. When you say annulment, from the start, the marriage was a failure. It does not exist. So, let's just make annulment less restrictive. But, as what I said, I'm still open. I need to be convinced by those who are really pro-divorce. And then, ibalik ta rin natin. Yung mga supporter ni VP Sara, magiging komportable ba sila kung yung mga kandidato ni PBBM yung maghuhusga kay VP Sara? O mas komportable sila na yung kandidato ni Tatay Digong yung maghuhusga? Sabi ko nga, both sides.
Okay.
Both sides have their own issues and they have their own biases, partial, whether they're partial or impartial. Kasi nga, the administration senators, kakampi nila si PBBM at yung anak na nagsabi na talagang below the belt yung sinabi ni VP Sara. Kailangan ako ng bansa because I bring in a national development program. Yung aking prioridad po is pagpaparami ng trabaho. The Philippines needs to industrialize. We have to have factories in the Philippines. We need to make our own weapons, our own machines. We have to produce our own scientists, engineers. At the same time, we have to do state-managed farming, state-managed fishing. All lands na hindi ginagamit, na owned by government, we have to put agribusiness there so that maraming trabaho ang mapoproduce. Rice mill, pagsasaka, warehouse, anything that has to do with agribusiness. Yung pinaka-priority ko po, yung mabigyan ng permanenteng solusyon ang gutom ng mga Pilipino.
Okay.